Hi, my name's Mindy, and this is my helper, Harper. And today we're here to talk about
apples.
That's right, apples. Apples are October's Taste and Teach commodity of the month, and they're one of the easiest fruits to do a taste test with because you can get so many different varieties. Just today, we went to the grocery store and we picked out 4 or 5 different types of apples, from Granny Smith, which are these green ones, to Red Delicious, to Fuji and Honeycrisp, which is one of my favorites. And yours. There's so many different apples that you can try, and it makes it for a fun classroom activity.
You forgot this one.
That's Honeycrisp.
Oh.
Yeah. So one thing that we're going to talk about with apples today is the different parts of an apple. And so there's an activity inside of our newest edition of What's Growing On, the benefits of byproducts, that talks about what's inside an apple.
Mama, did you there's an avocado face and a tomato face and a carrot face.
I know. So this is our, like I said, one of our newest copies of What's Growing On, and it talks about the different parts of an apple. And it provides the definition for the peel, the flesh, the core, the seeds, the stem, and the leaves. And then after the definition, it encourages students to match them. So that's one way that you can do it. Another way that you can do it is adapted from a lesson from the National Ag in the Classroom Matrix called A is for Apple. And that's by having your students make an apple and then label the different parts. And so that's what Harper and I are going to do today. We made this apple. Harper decided to make a yellow apple.
Yeah, because I thought it would be pretty.
It is very pretty. Okay, so Harper, can you tell me about the different parts of an apple?
The part that we eat
is called the flesh. So that's this white part. So you can write flesh. Okay, what else is there?
There's the skin.
The skin, which in this case is the yellow part.
Even the bottom too.
Yeah, so we'll write skin.
And skin.
Okay. And then what else is there?
There's the seeds.
The seeds on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you know that if you plant seeds, you can grow a new apple tree?
Or you can grow an orange tree or watermelon tree, any fruit or vegetable trees.
By planting seeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. What else? So we have the flesh, which is the part that we eat, the seeds, the skin,
and the leaf.
The leaf, yep. And then what else?
There's one more thing, which is the stem.
Very good. That's the stem. So this is a really quick activity, and it's just one activity, as I said in this lesson. A is for apples. That's from the National Ag in the Classroom Matrix that helps students identify the different parts of an apple. You can also then take your illustration and your diagram and compare it to that of a real apple. So if we're looking at this real apple, the stem's missing, but you can see the seeds, the flesh, the skin, and then you can even see the core, which is hard to illustrate on a diagram, but it's really easy to see on the inside of an apple. So that's one activity that you can do with apples. But Harper, I have a question for you. Did you know that apples are 25%, or their volume is 25% air?
No.
So that means that in theory, they should be able to float in water. Do you want to test it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is gonna be fun.
We have a bowl of water here. We'll move our apple diagram. Okay, so which one do you want to test first?
I want to test this one.
Okay, so she picked the red one, which is the Red Delicious. So we'll just gently put it in the water. And it's floating. You guys, so do you think other ones will float too?
Yeah.
Which, like the green one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want the sticker to get wet. Take the sticker off.
Okay, it's okay. We can leave it on. We'll get it afterwards. Okay. It floats too.
Yeah, let's try this one.
Okay. This one is the Honeycrisp one. And this is a Fuji one.
This one?
Well, we're not going to put that one in because we already cut it. But so all 4 of the apples are floating right now. So isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
And that's because their volume is made up of air.
Really?
Yeah. So now, one of the parts that we look forward to is in Taste Test is actually getting to taste it. So do you want to taste this apple?
Which apple?
This one right here. Do you want to taste it?
I tasted it already, but I can taste it again.
Okay. Take a bite. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this one is actually called a sugar beet apple. So there's lots of different varieties of apples. And did you know that apples are the most consumed fruit by people in America? And that it takes 36 pounds of apples to create 1 gallon of apple cider.
What?
That's nuts, huh? Or 36 apples. I'm sorry, not 36 pounds, but 36 apples to create 1 gallon of apple cider. So at Ag in the Classroom, we have lots of different resources that talk about apples. We mentioned the What's Growing on student newspaper with the apple diagram part. We also have our agricultural fact and activity sheets, and we have one that's on apples. And so using this, you can learn how it's produced, the history, the top producing counties, nutritional value, and the commodity value. And then on the back side, hold on real quick, okay? There is a fun graphic at the top, lesson ideas, fun facts, and then a full lesson plan at the bottom. But the illustration at the top talks about from the apple tree to you and how apples are consumed. So 40% of apples are used in the fresh market, so they're sold just like these apples that Harper and I tried today. 21% of apples are made into apple juice. You love apple juice.
Mm-hmm.
And apple cider. And then 39% are processed into dried fruit, baby food, and other products.
I know how they made that apple juice.
How?
Because they cut the apple just like this, and then they took the seeds out, and then they squeezed the juice out, and that's how they made apple juice.
Maybe. That sounds very reasonable.
Wait, there's an earth apple.
Yeah, there is an earth apple. So another activity that we have that talks about apples is comparing apples and earth, and students will explore how much of the earth's surface is used to produce the food that we eat using an apple as an illustration. So that's also one of our favorites. We have this big apple behind us that helps illustrate that process. There's also lots of different activities in the Taste and Teach binder when you flip open to October, which is the apple month. And then another easy way to incorporate apples into your classroom is through books. There's lots of different books about apples. This one talks about math and eating pears and different numbers. So with that, we thank you for joining us today to Taste and Teach using apples and do some fun different diagrams and learning about how the different parts of an apple, some if they float or not, and then being able to taste them. And we hope that you do these with your class. So thank you and have a great day. Bye.